You guys hear all that? You hear that noise? Yeah. Silence. Except for myself talking, of course. What you really hear in the background right now is silence. Maybe it's got the little motor running outside or something like that. And of course, there's a lot of you in the chat of live like to say also, choo choo, every time you hear a choo choo train come past my neighborhood, pretty much. Because apparently that's what everybody knows is whether you're FaceTiming me, whether you're just live streaming with me or whatnot, you know. But see, that silence this Sunday, it's gonna break. It's gonna be loud and noisy. But I'm not just saying, the silence will break and you'll hear noise. Not just that. You'll hear bodies being burdened, people being thrown through tables, people being smashed into and onto ladders, and also people being slammed in the back or even in the leg with a chair. Even if you use it to kick to the face also, since Rey Mysterio is using the chair against Randy Orton. Of course, he's going to toss it to Orton and do like a drop kick into it. So that could be quite creepy, guys. Could be quite scary. An uncomfortable feeling of tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. Tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my. Tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my. Tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my. And stairs. Just kidding. No. Boo. That stairs match in 2014 was an absolute waste because it benefited nobody. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for my top 10 special live stream of the week. I know, again, I said with, my crazy schedule this month, I said that special live streams will be temporarily delayed till Fridays now, but I'm actually going to be very busy tomorrow. And you know what? It's not that late. I've done special live streams late to begin with. So I'm like, you know what? Why not just still do a special live stream tonight? Now, I will try to do another one of the top 10 best of the bests Saturday night because I have nothing going on Saturday night. So since, I want to get, several of the best of 2018 and I'll try to do that Saturday night as well. But I'm not sure which topic I'm going to do because there's some I want to wait till after TLC this coming Sunday just because of, matches or pay-per-views and whatnot, and a few others. I mean, I'll do storylines or something like that on Saturday night. But tonight, I'm taking a request from you out there, my fellow loyal subscribers. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be kind of modified. As you can see, the title for this video is Top 10 Matches Involving Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Oh my. Literally, when I first started watching wrestling, whenever that would have, my parents started that whole trend because it sounds similar to Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my. We already went to the Wizard of Oz chat the other day. But I basically kept thinking about it. And the truth be told, I don't think I could have fully done a top 10 TLC matches stream. Because, one, how many really have there been? And two, I have not seen that many TLC matches yet. I've seen some from the highlights and whatnot, but I haven't watched all of them in depth. So I can't completely, put together a solid top 10 list, I felt. So instead, I did something where I combined a list. We're going to do just one list tonight, not two or three like we had done for the past couple weeks because I just don't have the time. We're going to do just one top 10 list tonight. And it's going to be a combined list of matches that are either tables matches, ladder matches, chairs matches, or even TLC matches combined in one list. Of course, there will be a lot of honorable mentions for sure. I'm sure you guys will think of. I will definitely think of also as we go. I do have two, though, I will mention before we start this list. So we'll do this tonight, and then, again, probably nothing tomorrow unless I get a video game Let's Play in or something like that. And then Saturday night, again, I will do another one of my best of the best of 2018 top 10 specials. We'll do that Saturday night. But that, of course, is a plan. Let's check the live chat first, or chat of live, before we get started here to see who is all here. We just got
we just got Mark. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for joining me. He says, can't wait to hear this. Sure thing. Definitely feel free to leave your favorite matches, again, that are either tables matches, chairs matches, ladder matches, or TLC matches. The other thing too is, at first I thought, maybe I'll do like a top 5, like each, like top 5 table TLC, top 5 this, top 5 that. I'm like, you know what? We haven't really seen any good tables matches or really any chairs matches, though, in my opinion. So that's why I couldn't do that either. That's why we're doing just a combined top 10 list of matches that involve tables, ladders, or chairs. Oh my. But without further ado, let's get right into this list. And so far, we've just got Mark in the live chat, but that's completely fine because Mark is awesome. I'm sure we'll get some more awesome subscribers throughout this video and more people in the live chat join me. So without further ado, guys, let's get started with this special. Starting off with number 10. Now, here's the thing. Most of the matches that I have enjoyed, also, I forgot to mention this too. Most of the matches I have enjoyed involving these categories, tables, ladders, chairs, and even TLC. Oh my, once again. Most of them were TLC or ladder matches. So I want to try to include any chairs matches or tables matches I remember I can enjoy. There's only one tables match and only one chairs match on this list. The rest are either ladder matches or TLC matches. But I still think, TLC and ladder matches. The ladder, I think, is the object I think, really adds more of the excitement. But my number 10 is a chairs match. And it's the chairs match from one of the best pay-per-views, main roster pay-per-views of 2016, in my opinion. TLC 2016. A very underrated match. Definitely, I feel one of the best matches for both of these guys in their careers. And that is the chairs match between Kalisto and Baron Corbin. I remember this match happening. I'm like, all right, this feud with Corbin and Kalisto was okay. And at the time, we'd already seen, the ladder match from Miz and Ziggler. We had seen excuse me. Oh crap! I forgot the honorable mentions. I'll do those later. We had a couple other matches. We had the no DQ match. I don't know. This is one of the matches I didn't expect to really deliver that far. I'm like, okay, maybe solid matches because let's be real. I'm not the biggest fan of chairs matches either. Well, I'm not that big of a fan of tables matches though either. Like maybe tables matches a little less than chairs matches. I mean, chairs matches you just hit your opponent with a chair just to use as a weapon to help utilize and whatnot. And sometimes, it's just like, okay, we can hit each other with chairs and that's all. Or, no DQ match. We can do other things that break the rules, that's all. But you got to add, something more to it. This match featured a lot of crazy spots, and they used the chair in different ways. They, stacked them in the middle. I think Corbin hit Kalisto with a deep 6 through the chairs, I remember, in this match. Kalisto, did, the usual stuff that luchadors, the usual lucha things with chairs as well in a match. But again, it was just typical match. Oh, just grab a chair and just smack them in the back 50 times, whatnot. No, they did a variety of different spots, different moments in this match with the chairs. Again, it wasn't just typical, oh, bam, bam, bam with the chairs. No, they sent people through a pile of chairs. It was just power bombs through chairs, face busters through chairs and whatnot. It was just a good mixture, and that's what you need to have in a chairs match. If not, it's going to be pretty pointless and boring. Kind of like a bad chairs match one I didn't really enjoy. It was just really forgettable. Just didn't care at all. Especially there was no story behind it at all. Was Ryback and Kane. Corporate Kane in a chairs match at TLC 2014. Still not the biggest fan of that pay-per-view, but I feel like there were some matches. There are 2 matches from that pay-per-view on this list, though, that I enjoyed from that pay-per-view. But definitely by far one of the best matches of that night. Not the best match, of course, but definitely one of the best ones from that night. And, it showed that, Kalisto and Corbin, when booked right, can put on some pretty darn good matches. Right now he's not really Corbin's, being booked poorly as the general manager elect on Raw. Kalisto's doing fine on 205 Live, but of course, Lucha House Party haven't really done anything special at all on Raw except get an advantage in Lucha House Party rules and whatnot. But definitely you want to see these two, have a good match. Go back and watch this chairs match. I'm pretty sure you'll not be disappointed. Again, there's a whole mixture of different things. Oh, and also, of course, another bad chairs match, of course, was Big Show and Sheamus in 2012. Well, it's the big chair. No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hang on. Because I just got this one. Well, this isn't the typical chair they would use. They would use a normal like steel chair you would fold. But if I wanted to use this chair, well, it's a big chair. Just kidding. I don't think. Well, I'm sure they've used like these like desk chairs before to like throw at your opponents and whatnot outside the ring, wherever it's a brawl or even like a no DQ match, something like that during the match. But yeah, I gotta give this one a nice rub to include a chairs match. Probably again the only chairs match I've ever seen that I really enjoyed is this match. So that's why my number 10 on my top 10 matches involving tables, ladders, and chairs is the chairs match between Baron Corbin and Kalisto. That is my number 10. Now, again, I said I had 2 honorable mentions, but I will mention those at the end of the video. I apologize I forgot to mention it, but there were 2 matches that I definitely really didn't want to leave off this list. But I'll mention those at the end now that I forgot to do that at the beginning. So that is my number 10. My number 9 is a tables match. Now, here's a problem I have with tables matches. They can easily make someone look stupid or just make the victory not look like anything special. Like a prime example will be, first off, as I mentioned in one of my worst matches of all time, the tables match between Big Show and Cody Rhodes at Extreme Rules in 2012, where Big Show lost because his foot slipped on the apron and his foot just broke the table. Again, that was stupid. Even when Sheamus won his first world title, he won just by pushing Cena off of the turnbuckle, and he fell right in. And he fell right into the table. It didn't feel dramatic, didn't feel special. It was just, and that's it. Like anybody could stand on top of like a rope, just go and push him down into the table. And the table like barely broke the way it was. Of course, unless you're CM Punk and what he said about Ryback, who missed the table and tilted his pelvis on the ground, except he's had quite a few balls there. But anyways, so that's my problem with tables like matches. It could end like so easily with one thing. My thing I always say, maybe make a tables match like 2 out of 3. Like you gotta put your opponent through 2 tables or something like that. Like something like more interesting than just just one table and that's all. Again, 2 tables. But a match that, despite the fact I did not like the results, I wasn't a fan of the results of the match. Still thinking back to it, I appreciated the drama that was involved in the match. And that's why I include my number 9 on this list for a tables match. The only tables match on this list is John Cena versus Seth Rollins at TLC 2014. Now, again, I really didn't think John Cena should have won this match. Again, of course, as we said about so many matches, the stipulation was if John Cena lost, he was no longer the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. The World Heavyweight Championship that he was going to have next month at the Royal Rumble. Well, even though, again, the way they brought back the Authority, they just wasted that whole angle with, the Authority being, fired because of the Survivor Series match. Again, if they were going to bring back the Authority, some Authority, do it like a different way. Don't be like, oh, I want to smash this guy's neck. Okay, I remember the Authority stopped. They could have, this match not just could have taken away Cena's number 1 contendership. Could have had, if Cena loses, he would have been forced to brought back the Authority or something like that. But so Cena won the match, as we all know, as Roman Reigns made his return. This is at the beginning where Roman Reigns started being booked. I know some people may say it'd be sooner, but this is where I think people started to really, sour on Roman Reigns, because when he came back after being out for 3 months with that hernia injury, that hernia surgery he had. He came back and he helped Cena win the match. Yes, I get it. Seth Rollins is in it. You hate Seth Rollins, but why would you want to help John Cena though? It didn't quite make sense how they did that, which started again the whole, booking. Because that night Roman Reigns cut that promo where he forgot his line while declaring himself at the Royal Rumble match. If you thought what I did last year was dangerous, wait till you see what I did do this year, which he did absolutely nothing. But we're not going to talk about that Rumble. Why did I put this match on the list? Like, of all the tables matches, why did I put this one on my top 10 list of different matches involving tables, ladders, chairs? Again, like, I appreciated, again, despite the results, I appreciated the drama they put in this match. Because, Cena and Rollins had threw each other into the tables of quite a few times. They did. But, of course, most of the times was when the referee was not looking. And being like, like Rollins and, J&J Security were being, the snarky ones, like whenever Rollins got sent through a table, like hiding the broken tables. That way the referee wouldn't see it and would declare the match, declare the winner of the match. Like I appreciated that drama being added into it because it made like things more interesting, playing the psychology and being smart about, oh crap, this happened. No, we didn't see it. Let's get this away, whatnot. Like I appreciate that drama to it because other than that, once again, like most tables matches, it's like, you can win like, the stupidest ways. Again, Big Show's foot went through the table or Sheamus just pushed Cena right off the rope. Like literally, like I'd be standing right in front of someone, push someone, I'd fall on my back. It's the same exact thing. Again, just was not a fan of it. But this match, again, despite the fact I wasn't a fan of the results of Cena winning and Roman coming out and saving Cena, again, why? Just because he doesn't like Seth Rollins? Like, why would you want to still save John Cena, though? Because Big Show came out, and that started the never-ending Big Show and Roman Reigns feud, which apparently also, as I keep saying, if the fans didn't display their displeasure after the Royal Rumble, apparently the main event rumored for Fastlane 2015 was supposed to be Roman Reigns and the Big Show in a last man standing match, like the match we got at Extreme Rules, which I still give credit. That match at Extreme Rules was actually good. But for a main event of the pay-per-view for WrestleMania, no, definitely not. And also, just a quick little rant. I heard today, because apparently I saw it was on Facebook, my friend Gene from BS Podcast is going to try to go to Fastlane in March. I'm like, huh? Bring that Fastlane? And I looked at the schedule for next year's pay-per-views, and apparently we're getting Elimination Chamber in February and Fastlane in March. Now, if we're doing all dual-branded pay-per-views, why are we having all of a sudden two pay-per-views in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? What's the point of that second pay-per-view? I mean, I get why they wanted to take Elimination Chamber away a couple years ago because they felt like, oh, we don't have to have too many big events like, back to back to back. I get it. But think about it more. Fastlane just feels like another episode of Raw. It's never been that great of a show. I'm sorry. It's never been that great. I mean, 2015, I'd say, was the best one, but it wasn't that great. It was a decent show. This past year's was okay. 2016s and 2017s were god-awful, though. I'm sorry. I hated both of those shows. Did nothing for me. Elimination Chamber, I feel, could be a good in-between pay-per-views in Rumble and Mania because, okay, a lot of people get that last opportunity to make their last big splash for WrestleMania and whatnot, and it could change the game and whatnot. I get that. But why are we having two pay-per-views in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? Like, seeing that made me feel, it's just another reason why, and I'm going to make a video about this, still have one pay-per-view a month, but honestly, I feel we need to bring back just brand exclusive pay-per-views. Now I have like two each month, like have one each month. SmackDown gets February, Raw gets March, then WrestleMania, everyone's there. May SmackDown gets it, June Raw gets it, July just gives it longer builds because I'm tired of these 4-hour pay-per-views that make the A shows, the A pay-per-views like SummerSlam and whatnot don't feel as special. Plus, also we get a bunch of championship matches, and we don't get as many non-championship matches either. Which of course I'll make a video like pledging that as well. Why I feel we should go back to just brand exclusive pay-per-views for the B shows because again, it will tone down. It will bring us less, and we see more than just championship match. But of course, I'll talk about that another time. But little rant how to get that out there. But my number 9 on this list of matches involving tables, ladders, or chairs is a tables match between John Cena and Seth Rollins at TLC 2014. Let's check the live chat because I want to do one list and I see what we got here. Looks like Lawrence joined us. Mark's leaving his list. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels. That's a good choice there. TLC SummerSlam 2000 and WrestleMania 17. Oh, yeah. We talk about those later. We've got Lauren in the live chat. Hello, Lauren. Jeff Hardy and Edge in a ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ooh. Extreme Rules 2009 they were talking about. That was, I mean, I've seen that match. That was a good one. That's a great honorable mention there, Mark. Edge and Hardy always had good matches. Lauren says Hardy versus Edge and Hardy's versus Edge and Christian, Orton versus Cena, Rollins versus Cena, Hardy versus Punk, Barrett versus Orton, Sheamus versus Cena are in her top. I think Cena should have turned heel in 2014 with the Authority. Would have been nice to see that double turn for Orton and Cena. That's true because Orton was starting his face turn around that time. So yeah, Cena turning heel to bring back the Authority would have been great. But instead, we just literally had the angle where just like nobody benefited from it. Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback all were fired until Cena won a 3-on-1 handicap match. And thanks to some chaos to like, you know, advertise the Royal Rumble or something like that. And that brought Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan back to work, and they did nothing with them afterwards. So what was the point of it? Edge versus Cena in 2006. Was that a TLC match? I can't remember that one. The New Day versus the Usos versus the Lucha Dragons. TLC 2015. Another good one, I gotta say right there. That was a really good ladder match between those three teams. That, of course, that moment where Kalisto did that Selena Del Sol, I think it was one of the Usos onto the ladder. That was a great spot in there. Let's see here. New Day versus Fastlane was a Raw pay-per-view. And the Elimination Chamber was SmackDown Live. It was this year, but this coming year, again, we're still getting both of them, and we're still doing dual brand pay-per-views. So don't get why. The tag match at Elimination Chamber in 2016. That was 2015. Yeah, doing the IC title and then the tag title side of Elimination Chamber, no, did not work. Especially having Mark Henry coming out of his pod and obviously messing up the whole game plan of what was supposed to be happening in that match. And then also Mark Henry also broke up a 3-count, whatnot. Like, why would you want to save someone for getting eliminated in Elimination Chamber? January is Rumble, February is Elimination Chamber, March is Fastlane, and April is Mania. Exactly. You don't like dual brand pay-per-views? I mean, I don't hate them, but once again, it is not pay-per-views shouldn't be 4 hours long. And once again, most of the matches are championship matches. And championship matches, again, don't, in my opinion, just do not need as much as much of a story behind it. And I feel WWE gets lazy. We need some non-championship matches to create some more compelling stories, pretty much. That's why I feel like, not all pay-per-views should be dual brand. Like, again, you can have a Raw pay-per-view and a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. Just like have like Raw take February, SmackDown take March's pay-per-view, WrestleMania dual branded, Backlash could be SmackDown or Raw in May. June's Money in the Bank. So SmackDown, well, of course, dual brand there. July will be SmackDowns. August, you get what I mean. Like, that's why I feel it should just happen again. Hardy versus Edge in 2009. And yeah, Edge and Cena was a TLC match. Kofi had the potential in 2009 for sure. Are you doing the worst TLC on this as well? No, again, this is just a top 10 best matches that involve TLC, tables, ladders, or chairs matches. Again, because I couldn't come up with a solid list for top 10 TLC matches. So instead, I just combine all my favorite matches. That's either a tables match, a ladders match, a chairs match, or a TLC match in the one thing. And I would do a worse one, but again, I just didn't have the time really for it. So that's why I'm only doing it this way. Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy ladder match, because Jeff almost won the title. I heard about that match, but I've never seen that match. Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series should be the only 4 hours. Rest should be 2 or 3, to be honest. Or even Money in the Bank, I'll give like an exception, going a little over 3 as well, because that's a big deal also with the Money in the Bank contracts. It was better when Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views were split. Yeah, exactly. Because it felt like we were able to bring something else to the table again, besides just champion matches. And when you have all these titles on one show, again, it's a clusterfuck. But that's my opinion on that. Are you watching all TLC matches before the pay-per-view like you do for Mania? Probably not. I don't have the time, but I wouldn't mind going back and watching a few other ones I haven't seen yet. But we'll see. I also think the Intercontinental title should be a ladder match. Yes, I do agree, but I can kind of understand why they're not doing a stipulation for this match on Sunday between Raw and Ambrose, because it's the first match. Even though we've seen them have matches before, this is the first match of their feud. Although, think about it, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, all 3 of their singles matches in NXT had a stipulation to it, an unsanctioned match, which, heck, even if they wanted to make Rollins and Ambrose an unsanctioned match on Sunday, cool. But I agree, ladder match, even a TLC match, but since it's the first match of this feud, again, this can't end just after TLC. I think, that's why they didn't give this a stipulation. But, of course, they gave the ladders match to Elias and Bobby Lashley with a guitar hanging from the top of the – you have to climb to the ladder to grab a guitar to use as a weapon. Dear God, that's going to be awful. I'm calling that's a contestant for worst match of the year, for sure. HBK would have been awesome in TLC matches. That is true. There wasn't a TLC match. Dean versus Sesame TLC. Brian ever been in a TLC match before? Actually, he was in one, and it's on this list. Of course, I will get to it in a little bit. But let's do I did 10 to 9 again. I'm going to cut, when I check the live chat, to do a little more often in this stream, since I'm only doing just one top 10 list. But of course, let's do now 8, 7, and 6, of course. So far, and of course, actually, I'll do my two honorable mentions I was going to mention before I started this, but I'll do those 2 now. The 2 honorable mentions I had that I wanted to put on here, one of them came in from NXT. And that was the ladder match from NXT TakeOver New Orleans this year. For the debuting NXT North American Championship, it was a 6-man ladder match. It featured Adam Cole, baby! Ricochet, the one and only. The Human Wrecking Ball, Lars Sullivan. The Velveteen Dream. Who else is in the match? EC3. I thought there was 6. I'm trying to remember who was all in the match. Ricochet, Adam Cole, Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, EC3. I thought there was one more person in this match. Crap, who was it? Let's go. Oh, Killian Dane. That's who it was. I believe it was. You know what? Let me double check. Right here. Who was all in that? I think it was Killian Dane, but I can't quite remember. Let's see here. TakeOver New Orleans results. Yeah, Killian Dane. Wow, I'm so sorry, Dane. Well, then again, you're forgotten also because Sandy's barely doing anything on SmackDown right now. But this ladder match again was awesome. The spots in the match were taking me. It was also introducing us, of course, to EC3 and Ricochet. It was their first matches in NXT as well. Velveteen Dream, obviously, big star as well. Lars Sullivan, who I think had some of the vicious spots of that ladder. Adam Cole did his business as well. It was just a big match showcasing a lot of the best 6 of the best talents in NXT going after the new mid-card championship. I'm going to talk too much about these honorable mentions, but I had that one. And my other honorable mention I had for this list is a match that I really praised this year, and to me, it was for a while my women's match of the year, but then I'm still stuck between 2 for my women's match of the year. And now, of course, I'll get to that whenever I do my top women's matches of the year soon. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match here, I got to give a lot of credit to, because as I said before, a lot of times, like so far, when the women have had like stipulations in their matches, no disqualification, Hell in a Cell, tables matches, steel cage matches, most of them, yeah, they had the match, but it looked like they were still kind of playing it a little bit safe with the women. With this ladder match, though, from the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, to me, it felt like they actually were going all out. Like, it looked like they were literally trying to hurt each other. Like, all 8 of them literally, like, were being brutal. Like, some of the bumps they took in this match, especially Becky Lynch taking several bumps. I think like, once or twice the ladder fell down and landed right on her head or whatnot. And I think Sasha took, like, some back suplex into the ladder. Again, it didn't look like they were playing it safe. Like, they were literally going all out with those ladders. So that's why, of course, excuse me, I got to give that one the credit as well. But those are 2 of my honorable mentions that I wanted to mention before this video started. I forgot to mention. But let's get back to the list here. Going on to number 8. I mentioned before, there were 2 matches from TLC in 2014. Despite the fact I wasn't the biggest fan of that pay-per-view, this match also, I feel, is one of the most underrated ladder matches I have ever seen. Because it's between 2 very underutilized talents for sure. Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper. That opening match for the Intercontinental Championship, that ladder match again was awesome. You got, of course, Dolph Ziggler, who, has, been given the IC title several times, but very short and for the most part, somewhat unforgettable. I mean, forgettable runs. Like, they barely lasted, whatnot. Like, anytime Dolph's had a title, they don't last that long. They don't give him too many, really any long-term, title reigns. Maybe some earlier in his career, but as of late, no, not for sure. But he won this title back from Luke Harper, who took it off of him at the build for Survivor Series, since Harper was on Team Authority. And again, Luke Harper as well. How much do I praise this guy? So much singles potential in him. Again, he could be a world champion if booked right. Literally, when they put him in the at the beginning of 2017, when they split up the Wyatt family for like the 50th time, again, it looked like they were about to get serious here with Luke Harper. He had a match with Randy Orton, of course, put off of what happened. Well, then again, as I've read the original plans for WrestleMania 33, as Orton was supposed to turn on Wyatt at the Royal Rumble. He was still going to win the Rumble, but have the match with Bray Wyatt at Elimination Chamber, and then Orton would go on to face AJ Styles for the title at WrestleMania, which I would have been all right with that, even though it still would not benefit Bray Wyatt at all. But again, like, Luke Harper got kind of stuck in that position where he was kind of like the wild card here. Like, it looked like he had it because they had that mini feud with him and Styles, with the whole thing of them being eliminated at the same time, which is not true. But again, as I said many times, Luke Harper has so much singles potential in him for sure. And this ladder match with him and Ziggler was awesome. It just, again, brought out the best in both of them pretty much. Again, by far one of the best matches of their careers. Now, and needless I say, one of Harper's best matches of his career. May as well be the best match of his career as a single star. That, or even the Elimination Chamber match in 2017 with him and Orton was pretty good as well. But I give credit to this match. Again, it was awesome. I haven't watched it in a while, but I do remember when I saw this match, I was definitely amazed by the performance by both these guys, just showing, again, these are 2 of the most underutilized talents in the WWE for sure. I mean, Ziggler, his luck's kind of run down. I mean, Harper is like 39. He's older, so obviously his chance to be another single star again is probably very slim. Whatnot. I mean, whenever Rowan's healthy again, it's probably going to be the Bludgeon Brothers again, which, again, I didn't mind the Bludgeon Brothers. Once again, all their matches was just short, quick squash matches. It was like, okay, we've seen this how many times. Do something else. But anyways, I talk more about other stuff than this match itself. But yeah, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, IC title ladder match at TLC 2014. Again, by far match of the night, in my opinion. These 2 just tore the house down with the match as well. And I probably may go back and watch it again sometime soon, because again, it was definitely, in my opinion, one of the most underrated ladder matches I've ever seen. So my number 8 is Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper, IC title ladder match, TLC 2014. Let me take a quick drink. Anyways, getting back now to this list. Number 7 was a match back from 1998 that I watched this past summer when I was watching all these SummerSlams. And it's a match that I keep saying really set the stage for two future superstars, well, mega superstars, and of course 2 future Hall of Famers, which they're both not in the Hall of Fame yet. One's actually rumored to be headlining the Hall of Fame this year. The other one, of course, will definitely be in the Hall of Fame someday. Maybe a multiple-time one because of the different stables he's been a part of. But my number 7 is The Rock versus Triple H in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at SummerSlam 1998. This was an awesome match. Again, The Rock had just, or else was this match a little later than that? I cannot remember. I thought it was 1998 when this match happened, but it definitely happened at SummerSlam. I thought it was the same night where Austin and Taker had their match. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But The Rock and Triple H. Again, this is a time where The Rock, was, he finally had gotten out of this spree of being Rocky Maivia, and then of course the gimmick that just wasn't getting over that anybody was going for. But he became his own self, and that's where he excelled. And of course, Triple H as well, excelled as well. Yeah, after starting off as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the rich England prince again. That was just more of like a William Regal gimmick, pretty much. That just wasn't getting further than like a big card thing. But this is a match that was brutal. Of course, Chyna got involved in the match to help Triple H out, of course, as well, get to the IC title, because that's back in the days when Triple H and Chyna were, doing their business together with DX. And of course, again, to me, it showed like how big both of these two can be at the time. But even further down the line, when they got to a main event scene, which again should have been the main event of WrestleMania 2000, WrestleMania 16. I mean, what we got was all right. So even though it was weird with the Fatal 4 with the McMahon in every single corner, but it should have been just Triple H and The Rock for sure. Like, these two obviously were destined to have an awesome main event feud, and this was just playing the seeds for it, definitely. And of course, with the ladder match as well involved in it, spiced it up just a lot more. So I gotta give that ladder match a lot of credit here and give it my number 7 on this list. Triple H and The Rock, Intercontinental Championship ladder match, SummerSlam 1998. If I got that wrong again, I do apologize, but I believe it was 1998. Should check, of course, where I started, but oh well. But I've seen that match for sure. Yeah, since you were asking before, Lauren, here is the match that Daniel Bryan was in. That was a TLC match. My number 6 is Ryback and Team Hell No versus The Shield in a TLC match at TLC 2012. Which could have been the main event of the show, but I think it was Ziggler and Cena in the ladder match where AJ Lee turned on John Cena, which, ouch. She was able to push over a ladder, like a small 5'1", barely over 100-pound woman was able to push over John Cena, 6'1", 250 or whatnot in the ladder. But anyways, getting off track here. This match was the Shield's first main roster match. And of course, at first it was supposed to be Ryback and Punk in a TLC match to finish off their feud. Of course, due to CM Punk's knee injury, he wasn't able to wrestle at TLC. So they did the TLC match between them, which I'd say that's a decent honorable mention as well, because of course, it was another way to help, bring up the Shield and whatnot. The TLC match on the first Raw of 2013 to make it up for it, which once again was only 2.5-3 weeks out of Punk's knee surgery. So he literally just worked himself to death to be ready for that match, even though he didn't want to do it. But Vince is like, Phil, I'll owe you one. Yeah, and still to this day, you never got what you never, rewarded him for doing that. But anyways, so they had this match. Obviously, again, Ryback was feuding with the Shield, which again, it was kind of for Ryback, it was kind of like a bad time for the Shield. Again, Ryback getting involved in the main event scene was just the wrong thing to do, like way too soon. Again, Cena got hurt in the fall whenever Punk was a feud with Cena in the fall. So they threw in Ryback, who was just doing squash matches at this time, but they need someone else to feud with Punk because Cena got hurt in his match with Punk at Night of Champions. And then again, that's when Ryback started losing. He had a lot of things going for him at that time, Ryback. Again, you cannot deny it. Up until early 2013, when the Shield really took off, Ryback was one of the hottest things in WWE. But then when the Shield came up, which, Ryback even said, he was, it sucked, but, he respects all three members of the Shield, that, it doesn't bother him as much, that literally all of his momentum got transferred onto the Shield. So again, it was still kind of one of those times where it was like the wrong time for people to clash together, which again, Ryback and the Shield. But of course, since Punk got hurt, they had to give these guys a match, and these guys, of course, put on a great TLC match. And of course, Ryback needed some help. He got the best competition, of course, with him, which was, of course, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane. And this match, again, I watched this match once, again, brought out, I can't remember all the spots, again, it's been a while since I've seen it, I want to go back and watch it. But this match definitely, showed, that, the Shield, not just, Ryback, despite the fact that he ended up doing terrible, could have been a good star if they booked right. Daniel Bryan, of course, and Kane, what they were able to do together with Team Hell No. But of course, just really showing us, setting the bar, how the Shield literally is, they literally are the guys just having a SWAT here that can literally take over the entire business. Now, of course, when they went on their own, Roman Reigns, we talked about that how many times. Seth Rollins still, has been phenomenal. Well, awesome. Can't say phenomenal, that's AJ Styles' word. Dean Ambrose has had his great runs as well, as we all know. So this match was their first match. It really set the stage for, set the tone, saying, hey, these three guys mean business, and they're going to take over this business in a few years, pretty much. And that's what I got, of course, out of that TLC match between the Shield, Ryback, and Team Hell No at TLC 2012. So that so far is, that is the first half of my list. Again, the two honorable mentions I had were the NXT North American Championship 6-man ladder match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2018 were my two honorable mentions I got so far. We have some couple of honorable mentions, of course, with Edge and Hardy was definitely a great ladder match as well. So far, my list of my top 10 matches involving tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. Again, my top 10 so far is number 10 is Kalisto and Corbin in the chairs match at TLC 2016. Number 9 was Cena and Rollins in the tables match at TLC 2014. Number 8 was Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper in the ladder match for the IC title at TLC 2014. Number 7 was The Rock and Triple H, the IC title ladder match at SummerSlam 1998. And number 6 was Ryback and Team Hell No versus the Shield in the TLC match at TLC 2012. So without further ado, of course, let's check the live chat and see what we got here in the chat of live. Let's see here. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Where were we at? Where were we at? See, Jay's in the live chat. What's up, Jay? Man, I think we were right here. Rumors are going around saying Styles versus Orton and Lesnar versus Rollins, or Drew versus Braun at WrestleMania 35, which I've heard those rumors as well. And I'm going to make another video this soon. Just want to get some discussion going out there, because rumors do have it that apparently Triple H and Vince McMahon both have different ideas for the Universal title match at WrestleMania 35. I believe Vince wants McIntyre and Strowman, but Triple H wants Rollins and Lesnar. But of course, I'll give my thoughts on that in a different video, but I'm glad you mentioned that. Apparently, a lot of superstars are getting sick. Yeah, apparently Alexa and Finn are sick. There is something going around, just like last year. Just like in NXT. In the last NXT tapings, there was a viral infection. I believe Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, and Kairi Sane were all, and a couple others were absent from those tapings, unfortunately. And I think also the War Raiders also was kind of playing the storyline of them, being out with, the injuries from the War Games match. So, yeah, I did hear about that. I don't know what's going on with this viral infection. Naomi, could we get in a ladder match? I'd say yes. NXT is the perfect atmosphere for these type of matches. Oh, for sure. And yes, Jay confirmed it was Killian Dane. Awesome. Let me see here. In her opinion, stars who should never be in these ladder tables, ladders, or chairs matches, which I agree, there's a lot of them. Alicia Fox, yes, she wouldn't, doesn't fit that. Jinder Mahal, yeah, definitely. R-Truth, yeah, I don't think so. Roman Reigns, I could kind of see Roman. I feel Roman could, when booked right, could pull off a good match involving any of those matches. I think Roman could be all right. Cena definitely not in a TLC match, but ladders and chairs would be okay. Kind of agree with you on that also. Sanity in a ladder match would be an awesome idea, Mark. Jay says the best TLC match of all time is definitely the Hardys versus the Dudleys versus Edge and Christian at SummerSlam 2000. He thinks is the best one. Okay. Ray shouldn't be in TLC matches either, to be honest. Ladder matches, maybe. Chairs matches, sure. But TLC match, yeah, probably not for Ray. Kurt or Matt Hardy are rumored to show up on Monday. Okay, which I'm fine with. That hopefully means that Baron Corbin is no longer GM. Yeah, the first women's Money in the Bank ladder match wasn't just the fact that it was terrible. It's the fact that, they had Ellsworth win the title for Carmella just to redo the match again a second week. It's like the same exact thing happened. Like, honestly, that's where I feel SmackDown really took the turn for the worse. It wasn't quite when Road Dogg completely took over and when Jinder Mahal won the WWE title. Oh, my goodness. But I still think it was, that redoing that Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2017, I think was what really sent the down. I do agree that wasn't a great match. Top 5 people who should be GM, which I got that one written down. Paige would be good at TLC if she never got injured or retired. I agree. She would definitely do one. Dolph has tons of talent. Feel for him. He needs to go back to SmackDown to be treated right. Could, but again, I feel like, he's starting to run out of options, though. WWE stars who should switch brands or go back to NXT. I would like to do a video on that one time. Of course, I do. I will do my superstar predictions. Superstar shake. I'm sorry. In the words of Vince McMahon, superstar shakeup predictions when it comes to doing that again around WrestleMania, of course. Top 10 teams that should reunite. I got that one down. Wish we would have gotten Shield versus Evolution in a TLC match at Extreme Rules. They would have rocked the house down, in her opinion, but I'm always for Evolution, even though the Shield were good together. Wow. That actually would have been a good match. They had the no holds barred elimination match at Payback. TLC match, damn, that would have been awesome. I actually would want to see that, yeah, but that was a great feud. I love that Shield and Evolution feud for sure. Anytime Dolph and Orton have a match, they really tear the house down. For the most part, I gotta say yes. Sandy versus the Bludgeon Brothers actually would be a very interesting feud. Actually, if they were booked better, the Wyatt family versus Sanity. Ooh, spooky. Would be pretty good. I would like to see that. Did you hear Owens' return is confirmed for March? Really? Wow. And he might challenge Elton John at Mania? What? Guess he will return as a heel. What? Elton John? What? Whoa. Elton John? You serious? I'd look at that a little bit more, but no. No. We do need Sammy back as well. Christian versus Edge in a ladder match. Do they have a ladder match? I don't think I've ever seen it. I know he had a ladder match with Del Rio. Christian did whenever Edge retired, but that match was what it was. It was all right, but of course, we had Edge helping Christian win the match. Rock won't be in the Hall of Fame unless he retires first. Could happen, but again, I heard rumors he's supposed to be headlining it. Rumors. She needs to start watching matches from the Attitude Era more. Me too. Again, I've seen the WrestleManias and SummerSlams, but again, I got to see more of that. I need to see Triple H versus The Rock. Imagine Rocky and Brock at WrestleMania 35. Oh, goodness. I mean, a few years ago, I'd say yes, but now I don't like Brock, so I wouldn't want to see that match now. I love Rock, but don't like Brock. Rock, Brock. Rock, Brock. Rock. No, I'm sorry. Rock. Yeah, and if they bring when next time bring the Rock back in, make it be for something that actually matters and something that's actually gonna be good, not just the kiss up. Just like oh, when we do that WrestleMania, you'll find out then. He came back just to announce the attendance record. Then the Wyatt family came out to confront him, and he had a 6-second match with Eric Rowan, but Morrison should have been treated better. He was an awesome talent for sure. And he got eliminated in Survivor several weeks ago. I wanted him to win, but it's all good. But yes, I do agree. Jamie, are you doing Rumble streams? Yeah, I probably will do some top 10s for the Royal Rumbles in January. Of course, I will do my recap and review of last year's 2 Royal matches. Since last year I did the recap and review of all the Royal Rumble matches, I will do the same for last year's men's and women's Royal Rumble matches in January as well to keep that series going. Y2J also started to have a TLC match to his name. I agreed. Never enjoyed Ryback. Heard he's very disliked. Yeah, I mean, of course, I more so like him because of the "feed me more" chance, which is kind of me because I never stop eating. But I do agree. Apparently, he does kind of seem like, even when I listen to Skull of his conversation with the Big Guy podcast, he does seem like he does kind of come across, doesn't rub me the right way. I do agree. I definitely have heard him say stuff that I'm like, okay, I've lost some respect for you with that. But that's understandable. AJ Lee turned heel in TLC 2012 was awesome. Yeah, when Cena faced Ziggler in the ladder match. Wasn't Vince a part of a ladder match as well? Not too sure, actually. Mark mentioned AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose TLC 2016. Coming up soon. I love Kane, but he's not meant for these type of matches. Yeah, kind of. I could say also top 10 stars who turn heel the most. Oh goodness, that would be a decent list. 2019 Rumble participants, surprises, returns. We'll do another stream also. We'll have my Royal Rumble prediction, so I'll wait till then, of course, to do that. Can't really say it yet. When did WWE release Punk? January or June of 2014? Well, again, he walked out in January, but once again, remember, he was fired on his wedding day, which was in June of 2014, which is unfortunate when that happened. But once again, he was fired on his wedding day. And of course, oh, what a coincidence. No, I've heard other stories as well, but they probably did some stuff. Apparently got a nice shirt. Thanks. I think one of my friends got me for my birthday this year. Go Bucks, even though they're getting rid of how many other people this off season, but that's the Pirates for you. Are you tired? Not really. Not really that tired now. I'm pretty hyped up. You're around later. Check out my TLC breakfast, or I may do it in the morning. Just been busy. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to post it. No worries. Tomorrow I have a family get together tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing my Christmas shopping during the day tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. But I'll make sure to check it out, of course, for you. Did you hear Cena will return to WWE on December 26th through mid-January, but only live events? Then he'll leave again to film a movie. Don't know if he'll be around for Rumble or Mania. I love him, but at this point, I think he should just retire, to be honest. Yeah, we discussed that for sure. Please, no hate, LOL. I kind of agree. Cena seems like he's getting even more busier with Hollywood and whatnot. So, why continue to come back and do his spew like this for a few days or whatnot when you can't do much of anything? Again, the only match that Cena has not had yet that I really want to see still is Joe and Cena. But again, as I probably said to you also over when I DM'd you earlier, Lauren, that again, I really think, of course, even though once again Cena has that love-hate relationship thing with the fans. Well, the fans had that with him pretty much. He's talented, but I see why people get sick of him at times. But he definitely deserves some type of send-off match for sure. Like, just send him off in a positive way. So if that happens, then definitely should happen at Mania, I feel, at a Mania. Cena deserves this, though, to be honest, but I just don't show up for 3 weeks and leave. LOL, but I'm happy for success that he's the earned. Oh, for sure. Don't you have to be retired to be announced for the WWE Hall of Fame? Not too sure, honestly. Remember in 2015-2016 with the injury plague? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that all happened. Because remember, Sheamus in the main event. Again, all respect to Sheamus. He's a hard worker, but they just did not book him at all to be in the main event. Again, that night at Survivor Series 2015, again, one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen. Survivor Series 2015. They had Sheamus participate in that pointless elimination match, and they had literally say something absolutely ridiculous. That literally it's one of those moments people you say something, everybody looks at you, it's like, and you hear a pin drop pretty much. They had that same guy cash his Money in the Bank contract on Roman Reigns to give him Daniel Bryan sympathy, which it did not work. But, I've ranted about that how many times. Ziggler just signed a new contract a few months ago. Wow. So much WWE kept the name, the draft, instead of Superstar Shakeup. Yeah, you can't say draft also. Hey, Vince, draft. Yeah, I just want to do that someday. Literally just sit there and just taunt him. 5 stars you'd love to see Batista face on his return. Well, definitely he needs to have a more match with Triple H. Honestly, Samoa Joe would be a good opponent for Batista also. Not sure. I gotta think about that one. But that's a good question. Were you for Evolution or the Shield? Well, at the time, Shield. I thought the Shield needed to win more, but I can understand why you would want Evolution. I was rooting for the Shield. Why versus Sandy would be epic for sure. Do you think Punk or Wade were better as a leader in Nexus? Shoot, I mean, it did lead to better things for Punk, I'd say. And Barrett failed, of course. Well, storyline wise, he failed. So like I better say Punk, but I would love to see Wade definitely go. Excel. Orton took out CM Punk's Nexus, and Cena took out Wade's Nexus. That is true. Miz versus Lawler in a TLC match in 2010. They had a TLC match? I knew they had a match at Elimination Chamber. I didn't know they had a TLC match. Oh, dear God. I'm sure that was awful. El Torito versus Hornswoggle. It wasn't TLC, it was WeLC. That was stupid. DX and Jericho is good as well in their live match in 09. I did not get to see that match. I heard it happened, but I didn't get to see it. Oh, that close up though, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being too goofy here, guys. But thanks for the stuff in the live chat, of course, Lauren, Jay, and Mark. Back to the stream though we go. Let's do the next 2 before we get to number 5 and 4. We're checking out the live chat. So my number 5 again on this top 10 list of matches involving tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! And once again, and stairs. But nope, we can forget about that stairs match in 2014 between Rowan and Big Show. My number 5 though on this list is a match that I've seen the highlights for, but I haven't seen the whole thing. But watching the highlights, like this is a feud that I do want to go back and be able to watch every single step of this feud, because it's definitely one that really interests me. Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight Championship in the ladder match at No Mercy in 2008. Now, I believe it was it Michaels picked the stipulation for this match? I can't remember, but Chris Jericho obviously has a history with ladder matches, as he was, well, at the time, Money in the Bank didn't exist. Well, I'm sorry, idiot, it did. Chris Jericho, of course, was the one who invented the Money in the Bank ladder match, even though he never won it. And Shawn Michaels was in the first ever ladder match as well. And this was involved in a feud that, as Jericho said, that should have only lasted one day. And it was supposed to be that one match they had at Judgment Day. But it ended up going on for, I think, 7 months or something, or several months, like 4 months, something like that. I can't remember how long Jericho said the feud went on for with him and Shawn Michaels. But I believe this was the final match of the feud, pretty much. And it was a ladder match. And as I've said before, you know, I think Lawrence, one of you told me that the last time Shawn Michaels won a championship um, was in 2002, and the rest of his career he didn't have one championship after that. But he still put on classics. So again, Shawn Michaels just at a point in his career where, well, one with his back issues, wasn't sure if maybe him being champion wasn't completely reliable, maybe my opinion. But of course, he still probably could have pulled it off since he was fine over the next 8 years or so that he remained wrestling. But also, again, Shawn Michaels once again showed that he didn't need to have a championship to put on great stories and great matches, which once again, hence why we need more of non-title feuds than title feuds, even though this, of course, was end up being a main event match. And of course, you can still make yourself look like a badass, but you can make someone else look like even more of a badass. And of course, Chris Jericho has had his fair share of good matches before this happened. But again, 2008 was definitely 2008 or 2016 was for sure the best run of Chris Jericho's career. And this latter match was the culmination of a feud, of one of the best feuds that I've witnessed highlights for. Again, I definitely want to go back and watch this one, or even Rock and Austin. I want to see I've watched that documentary called Rivalries between Austin and McMahon as well, but of course I want to go back and watch more from the Attitude Era, as I keep saying. But I definitely think this match definitely really capitalized again with two guys who were meant for a ladder match, fighting for the championship, and not just making Shawn Michaels putting on just a great show as always, but putting over Chris Jericho even higher up on the pedestal, I gotta say as well. So that's why this match is a huge success. Again, it's my number 5 on the list is Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels in the ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship at No Mercy 2008. That is my number 5. My number 4, I believe it was Mark who just mentioned this in the live chat before. AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, the main event of TLC 2016, the WWE Championship, or I can't remember, I think it was still WWE Championship, or it might have been this, because remember in 2016 it was a WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Then when Ambrose had it, it was just the WWE World Championship, and now it's just the WWE Championship again. Yeah, it is the champion of the WWE, and it never main events of pay-per-view, but the Universal Fruit Roll-Up does. But of course, we've gone over that how many times. But anyways, this match was awesome. By far, again, the best match of TLC 2016. This was still, my opinion, one of the best main roster pay-per-views 2016. May have been the best main roster pay-per-view. It blew that crap fest that I saw live, and I paid $100 to go to. Again, I left my friend's Christmas party early just to go to Roadblock End of the Line, which was a crappy show, guys. I wasted my money going to that show. But a few weeks earlier, TLC 2016, despite the fact that it only had a 2-week gap between Survivor Series and TLC, but they all already kind of started, the stories leading into TLC 2016 beforehand, and of course, which also, made the men's Survivor Series match a lot more interesting, of course, as well, because there was actually stories going on with all those superstars, outside of the whole thing of Raw versus SmackDown. But this match was awesome, and to begin, honestly, there really wasn't like too big of a story between Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. Well, the James Ellsworth stuff happened for a little bit of a comedy thing, which, okay, it was fun, but then, of course, it started getting a little bit old, I won't deny, after a while. But it was basically, Dean Ambrose had the title. AJ Styles was just, about to start, the run of his career pretty much after beating after he beat up John Cena clean at SummerSlam 2016. It was just no denying. AJ Styles is meant to be at the top of this of this brand. Because, of course, also rumors have it he was supposed to be the Universal Champion because Roman Reigns is never supposed to drop the WWE title. But then, of course, he got suspended, and, that'll happen. But So imagine what they would call. They probably would have made it blue, the Universal title. But anyways, getting way off track here. This match is the culmination of this feud, and of course, AJ Styles, up until this point had not really been seen in many stipulation matches. Yet let me think here. Yeah, I don't think he had been in a big stipulation match because he had his matches featured against Chris Jericho at Fastlane, Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. Take that back. The Extreme Rules match with Roman Reigns in 2016 was also one of his best matches for sure. That was his first stipulation match he had, as far as I'm concerned. But this match in general, not just taking the offense that Styles displays, mixing weapons into there. Of course, Dean Ambrose, who has like that hardcore style to him from CZW, being John Moxley and whatnot. Of course he's a baby face back then, but that's a match meant for Dean Ambrose, with the gimmick he has pretty much, and it just gelled so well together. It was just awesome. Again, as I said before, when you have chairs, you have ladders, you have tables. You're not going to make it entertaining, then why have it? Just taking someone else and just like dropping them into a table is not going to be entertaining. No. Put the drama in there. Put the different shots with the tables. Like how about stacks of 2 or whatnot. Like this wasn't like a tables match or anything, but another match I could think of that Ambrose involved that was pretty good was of course the IC title last man standing match at Royal Rumble 2016. Which is one of my favorite IC title matches of all time for sure. When he faced Kevin Owens, Ambrose Styles went to war together big time in this match, and of course the shocker was when James Ellsworth of course showed up and he turned heel on Dean Ambrose. Ambrose was about to win the title, but then, which I didn't want him to win because it was too soon for Styles to drop it. Ellsworth then pushed the ladder over. Ambrose fell through 1 or 2 tables, and Styles got the win because James Ellsworth had this delusional mind of he let all the success, his delusional success, which would not have happened if it wasn't for Dean Ambrose, get into his mind. He's like, hey, if AJ Styles wins a championship, I'll become WWE champion because I have my championship match up with him, and I beat him 3 times, so I'll become WWE champion. Duh. But the shocker, because here's what I thought was going to happen. James Ellsworth was always so obsessed with helping Dean Ambrose. Like even whenever he accidentally costed Ambrose the #1 contendership, I thought, and of course the following week they had the rematch, and then Ellsworth pretty much helped Ambrose get the #1 contendership for the match. I thought, here's the thing. I thought this was when Dean Ambrose was going to turn heel. Like, this is when I'm like, okay. I started feeling, okay, yeah. As at first, I'm just like, okay, SmackDown at the time didn't really have another big baby face, like a fresh big baby face. But I was hoping it would have been Apollo Crews, but that was not the case. And I kept saying, I wasn't sure they could do the face turn yet. But I thought that the earliest it was going to happen was TLC, because I thought eventually Ambrose was going to turn his back on Ellsworth. And of course, they kept having something else for him to do. The Miz feud, which on SmackDown was good. Raw, it sucked. Of course, he feuded with Corbin, which was actually a good feud. Of course, Corbin didn't win the match, and the feud got kind of thrown away. But that happens. But excuse me. Of course, that shocker happening there as well. But this, of course, was just an awesome match. I'd say one of the best for Ambrose as a single star. I gotta say, in this TLC match. Definitely, showing why he was one of the top guys on SmackDown at the time, and that he could really do a hell of a lot of work on his own. And of course, Styles as well. It's another match to really capitalize on the statement he made when he first came to WWE in 2016. Especially, of course, nothing beats though the statement he made when at SummerSlam 2016 he beat up John Cena. But that is why this match is my number 4 on this list. Is AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose in a TLC match for the WWE Championship at TLC 2016. Another also match of the year candidate for 2016. Let's check the live chat again. Let's see who we got here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Okay, Lauren switched over to her iPad apparently. Sorry, iPad no connection. Weird. The ladder match, WrestleMania 33, when the Hardy Boys returned. Oh dear Lord, how did I forget about that one? That is another great honorable mention. I mean, of course, that's what sucked about that match was I kept saying that was Enzo and Cass's moment to win the titles, I thought. But then the Hardy Boys came out of nowhere and won them and kind of took away their moment. But that was awesome. Like that was, my favorite part about WrestleMania 33 for sure. Let's see here. HBK and Y2J are always epic for sure. Lauren's back to her other account. Any heel turns or face turns or returns at TLC this Sunday? I'm still thinking a heel turn is going to happen in that Cruiserweight Championship match. I still feel it's going to be Mustafa Ali. Other than that, I don't know of any other turns, but I think returns maybe Bray Wyatt. I feel. Let's see here. Still hoping for a dream match for HBK and Styles, which would be awesome. But apparently, there's also been a rumor of maybe we might at WrestleMania we might get HBK and Daniel Bryan, which two thumbs up for that as well. But I still think the big match. If any match HBK has, it definitely has to be HBK and AJ Styles for sure. Charlotte versus Sasha ever have a match? How many matches they had, but I don't think they had. Well, I don't think they had a ladder. They didn't have a ladder match or anything. They had Falls Count Anywhere, Hell in a Cell, and the Iron Woman match, but they didn't have a TLC ladder chairs match, whatnot. Lita would have been great at these. I agree. If you think about it, Y2J is so great with WWE stuff. He should be in charge of creative, to be honest. Oh, for sure, definitely. Again, you want to see, Chris Jericho, like mention his creative aspects again. One of my favorite interviews to watch is a 2-part interview, 2 videos on Inside the Ropes YouTube channel, which he talked about his 2016 run, which again, this guy is a mastermind. You could definitely put on creative. HBK should defeat Jericho at No Mercy, I think, to be honest, and lose to Taker at Mania 25 would have been a better storyline. Interesting. Do you miss the WWE Scramble matches? I don't think I remember seeing highlights from one of them a couple times when I did the ECW, the WWE's ECW from like 2006, 2010, which was shitty. Last time I saw a Scramble match was through one of the championship matches. Wouldn't mind trying those again. That would be interesting for sure. Jericho was face and heel in 08 for sure. I had no idea Jericho apparently invented the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's what I claim. Because remember, of course, he made the claim that he did in that segment in 2016 with the Money in the Bank when we were sitting on ladders, and he's like, which one? I think Sam's like, which one did you win? First one, the first one. Where was it? I can't remember where he said, but he was just like, Winnipeg or like wherever heck he said it was. It was obvious his line, but once again, when Jericho is trying to cover up a lie as a heel, he makes it hilarious for sure. What about Money in the Bank at Mania 21? That was an epic match as well. That was a good one for sure. AJ versus Ambrose deserved to main event TLC in 2016. That match was great for sure. Imagine Usos in a ladder match. Go back to, again, TLC 2015 and watch New Day, Usos, and Lucha Dragons doing some Lucha things. That ladder match, again, was good. That was an honorable mention. As he said, whoever WWE champ should go to both shows, for sure. You attended TLC in 2016? No, actually, we were supposed to go to TLC in 2016, but then, of course, when the brand split came back and they brought in Roadblock End of the Line, TLC got moved to earlier to Indianapolis, and instead Pittsburgh got Roadblock End of the Line. Again, I still waste my money. I would have much rather gone to TLC, of course, how great that show is, but of course it's in Indianapolis, so wasn't going to give up. I was still in school. Well, no, I graduated. Yeah, I graduated because I was just in the midst of the early years of my career. But man, yeah, I would have rather been able to see TLC than Roadblock End of the Line. Definitely a big waste of time. One of the worst again, I still say the worst event I ever attended was the second Raw after Survivor Series 2015, the night the League of Nations were formed. And that Raw was awful. I still will not forget at the beginning when the New Day came out and there's this confetti about to throw this big party. It's like, okay, Oz, this is cool, it's going to happen. And it was to celebrate Sheamus' title win. And I just got so mad. I was like, I got all this confetti in my nachos for this? I was pissed. Again, that was an awful show. Although, even though, of course, he was hated, I was only one section over from being where Roman Reigns made his entrance down the ramp. I was one section over, which women need to spend. It would be close, but of course, you know. TLC was awesome. Pay-per-view 2016. Loved all the matches, storylines. Wyatt and Orton winning, and also Ambrose and Styles. Yes. Ellsworth did turn heel on Ambrose there. Roman got suspended for drugs, right? Yep, in 2016. WWE title mattered in the main event scene for sure, and where SmackDown was the best show ever for sure there. Who was the Universal title? What was the Universal title match in 2016? Was Owens champ at the time? Well, of course, this TLC was a SmackDown brand show in 2016, but Roadblock End of the Line was that match when Kevin Owens was Universal Champion against the United States Champion, who never defended that title, Roman Reigns. And that match ended in a disqualification whenever Jericho hit a code breaker on Owens to get Owens to win the match by disqualification, because they were teasing a breakup between them, but it's like, nope, I just did it so that way you win the match by disqualification, pretty much, or whatnot. That was stupid. Owens was the champ with a terrible run. Top 5 people you'd love to see as Universal Champion in 2019, as well as WWE Champion in 2019, which I will do that when I do my bold predictions for 2019. Cena needs to be a Grand Slam champion and turn heel one last time before he retires. I do agree. At least give him a short run on the IC title. I'd be for it. I'd be all right with that for sure. James Ellsworth turn heel was definitely unexpected. I agree. But to me, I felt it was the best route for him to go because, again, were you really going to believe James Ellsworth was going to be anything big? I felt like the face run was just starting to get old for him. So I can kind of agree with the turn. What about the Intercontinental title match at Mania 31? Another great honorable match again. That was awesome. Like, even the match the year after in WrestleMania 32 is awesome as well. Both of those like 7-man ladder matches were pretty good. Those were credit also. Seth versus Finn versus The Miz versus Samoa Joe at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Saw that match wasn't too bad. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I'll give that a rub for it being solid. Do you want Styles to turn heel again? I wouldn't be opposed to it, I'd say, but it's not like, yeah, turn him heel. Because I feel like, he's kind of at a point where Shawn Michaels was. Again, he's done his championship work. Now it's time for him to, just put on classic matches without the title. So if they turn him heel, won't be the end of the world. But it's not something like I want like very bad right now, if you know what I mean. There's always top 2 stars in Raw and SmackDown are always the top heel and top face. Hashtag beat up John Cena. Styles' heel run was definitely epic. Again, lit the fire in him. The Intercontinental Championship ladder match, WrestleMania 31, it was awesome. Finn versus AJ in a ladder match would be great. I do agree. Again, their match at TLC last year was great that they had. I mean, it was good, but I'm fixing the tongues of my shoes. That's why I lean close to my computer screen. But I definitely think they can do even better. So that's why I want to see them have another match, like a WrestleMania match or something like that. Hardy returning at WrestleMania 33, no one knew about. That was shocking. My reaction was so epic. I was screaming my lungs off. The reaction in the arena was epic. Of course, I probably sent it to you guys already. But again, my reaction was priceless as well. When I was at my friend Dan's house, we were watching it. I went nuts, of course. Of course, funny thing also, of course, I texted to my old girlfriend. I'm like, hey, look, this video of me and my friends getting excited over the Hardy was returning. And she said, does nothing the rest of you said, are they hard? Not very, but that was stupid to mention. Anyways, Money in the Bank WrestleMania 26 wasn't bad. Do you miss ECW at all? Are you happy it was replaced by NXT? Well, I don't know. Like, I didn't really watch too much ECW, back when it was the ECW, WCW, and whatnot. But the ECW brand WWE had just felt like a third brand. It felt kind of pointless. Like, it felt like, the brand that you just went there if you had nothing else to do. Pretty much. I wasn't a fan of. I wasn't really a fan of it. It was a ripoff. I felt, in my opinion. And of course, so being replaced with NXT. Well, the reality show NXT, no, it sucked. But of course, NXT now today is awesome. WrestleMania 23 ladder match. I'm trying to remember which one was that. Crap, I forgot. Money in the Bank at 26 was kind of bad. I enjoyed the one at Mania 11 the most. Yeah, that was a good one. Mania 2011, what Money in the Bank ladder match was that? I'm trying to remember who won that one. No, I don't think there was a Money in the Bank ladder match at Mania 11. Or maybe a ladder, I can't remember. I have to look at the card again. I mean, I've seen them, but I can't remember. But of course, yeah, the one at WrestleMania 26 when Jack Swagger won it. Why? Again. I mean, what about Edge and Foley at Mania 22 at the table set on fire, which is a classic that Hardcore Match Record was called. The Money in the Bank at Mania 21, the most one at 26 was not too good, to be honest. You should do top 10 no DQ matches. I could try about that. Roadblock was awful. I fell asleep. Again, I left my friend's yearly Christmas party early to go to that show. I left early for that. I mean, I know TLC's is Sunday, and so is that party, but I'm not leaving early for that from that party. I mean, I'll probably be there till like 8 o'clock or something like that. Maybe so I might miss the first hour of TLC, but I will catch up a lot. But yeah, Roadblock was awful. Again, the only match from that show I remember that I enjoyed was Sheamus and Cesaro in the New Day. Well, no, now the Bar in New Day, but that match was great. The rest of the show, waste of time. Of course, we did get the return of Neville that night, which it happened, of course, while I was getting popcorn because I thought the Cruiserweight title match was going to be a snooze fest, and it probably was. Still can't get Jericho in that shark tank out of the head. Oh, goodness. Jericho in the shark cage at Royal Rumble 2017. Although that match with Owens and Reigns was pretty good. I give it a chance. My favorite part about the greatest Royal Rumble was that match when Seth jumped onto the ladder and stole the belt from Finn. Which, yeah, I agree. Like when that happened again, I thought it was good. I really thought they were teasing a feud between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Like back then, you could have got me to convince that Finn Balor was going to turn heel since they were teaming up in the Balor Club gear. But then they sent Gallows, just like anytime the club team up with one of their former allies, they get separated by brands once again. Money in the Bank last in 2013, best match of All Stars I've seen. Of course, I've seen highlights. Of course, I mainly just saw the highlights whenever Heyman turned on Punk. Of course, I know Orton won that match. I'm sure that's why you love that match as well, Lauren, since Orton won that. But I haven't seen that whole match, but I will go back and watch that. But definitely with the talent involved in that, I'm pretty sure that was a good ladder match. And of course, the other one, of course, for the World Heavyweight title, of course, when Damian Sandow won it. But of course, like he said, going into that match, all 7 of them were heels, but the goal was to want people to see Cody Rhodes win it, which I think they got the job done with that, leading to the feud with Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. But I think Kennedy, Edge, Orton, both Hardys, Punk, and Benjamin were in Mania 23's ladder match. That's right, because that's the match where Kennedy won. Again, supposed to be in that big mega push, was supposed to go into WrestleMania 24 as champion, but then Triple H would beat him with part of that whole, Vince McMahon angle. But of course, that got blown up in the smokes when one Kennedy got injured and got suspended, and then with the death of who. But let's get back to the stream. I have 3 more to mention. Obviously, what number 1 is. But my number 3, though, actually, 2 of these are TLC matches. Well, number 1 is a combination of 2. But my number 3, though, is a TLC match. SummerSlam 2009. The main event of that show, CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy. An awesome feud. Again, the first title reign that Punk had was all right with the world title. But, of course, he wasn't really as over at the time. This, of course, was the bread and butter of Punk, getting to where he was. Of course, nothing still beats him from Summer of Punk, of course, in 2011. But this was just a match again, with, Jeff. Actually, this was one of Jeff Hardy's last matches in WWE between 2009 and his return in 2017. But of course, this was awesome. Of course, he did another one of his swanton bombs from the top of the ladder onto the announce table, and of course, Punk ended up winning the match in the end. But once again, just showed how far Punk had got going up against the veteran Hardy, who and Matt and a few others we'll be talking about shortly, really, invented and really, established, just tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my. But I really do think, this match was awesome. Definitely one of Hardy's best, one of Punk's best matches as well. Although I'll still give Punk's best match to either him and Brock at SummerSlam 2013 or him and Cena at Money in the Bank 2011. But this is definitely at least top 3, if not top 5, for best CM Punk matches for sure. Again, just an awesome match. Two really talented guys for the World Heavyweight Championship. Involving a great storyline as well, with Punk cashing in on Hardy after the ladder match at Extreme Rules with Hardy and Edge, which again, I think Mark mentioned that earlier. That's a great honorable mention. I love that match as well. But of course, this one took the cake to me as one of the best, not just ladder matches, but TLC matches of all time. I gotta say, Punk and Hardy, number 3. Number 2 on my list is a ladder match, and I believe it was mentioned early in the stream, I believe. But of course, the first ever ladder match: Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Intercontinental Championship, WrestleMania 10. Just kidding. But yes, I've seen this match. Honorable mention also goes out to their match at SummerSlam 95 when they had the rematch. This time they were both baby faces, but of course they more so did it again because they needed a good match that show, or else that show would have completely sucked. SummerSlam 95 did suck, and of course it had to be right here in my hometown, but I was almost 2 years old when that happened, so I had no idea who those two were at the time. Anyways, though, but the first ever ladder match, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. This was involving, this is the best way to sell this feud, because also this is around the time where Shawn Michaels did that promo that he lost his smile pretty much. He went away. Razor Ramon wins the Intercontinental Championship, and Shawn Michaels comes back saying that he is still the real champion and whatnot. And they pretty much determined that, this isn't just a regular match, but having a ladder match, climbing to the top and whatnot. And for a first ladder match, I felt it was made quite a statement. To the best in the ring, of course, Shawn Michaels, again, who was still kind of like, this was like in the earlier years of his main event run, like, one of the biggest stars to definitely carry the show back in the mid-90s when the WWF at the time was very thin on talent, because that's where, WCW and ECW were kicking our rear ends in the butt until the Austin era happened. Excuse me. But I don't think this match made a huge statement. And since then, anytime I hear ladder match, my eyes are drawn in there. Again, we've seen a lot of great ladder matches with those two. Excuse me. Again, the Money in the Bank ladder match, of course, came out as well. Excuse me. Of course, I talk about so many of them already in the stream already. The ladder match, I feel, is one of the best matches to have. You got to have the right stars in there, not Elias and Bobby Lashley again this Sunday. But of course, there's so many big stars that can easily go in there and make a ladder match look incredible. And of course, that's what this match did, setting the bar for how high ladder matches can go for sure. And that's why it is my number 2 on this top 10 list. So far, go through 10 to 2 of my top 10 matches that involve tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. Or, if you're 2014, tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. That was an awful match. But so far, my list, it's pretty obvious what number 1 is. Number 10 is Kalisto and Corbin in the chairs match from TLC 2016. Number 9, John Cena and Seth Rollins in a tables match at TLC 2014. Number 8 is Ziggler and Harper in the IC title ladder match, TLC 2014. 7 is Rock and Triple H in the ladder match for the IC title at SummerSlam 98. Number 6 is Ryback and Team Hell No versus the Shield TLC match in 2012. I'm sorry. 5 is Jericho and HBK in the ladder match at No Mercy 2008. Number 4 is Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship TLC match at TLC 2016. Number 3 was Hardy and Punk in their TLC match in 2009. Number 2 is Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. I did think of a couple honorable mentions. Well, from 2 honorable mentions from NXT, I forgot to mention also before I get to my number 1. Of course, my one of them is Finn Balor and Kevin Owens in the ladder match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1. Again, I was in attendance live for half that show because we got stuck in traffic in the mega bus on the way over here. We were barely out of town. We got stuck in traffic. That's why we missed the first hour of TakeOver Brooklyn 1. Almost wasted $60 and some stupid idiot would not get out of my seat. But you know, I still got to sit down and watch the second half of the show because again, I give that match a lot of credit. Owens and Balor in the ladder match for the NXT Championship because once again, they had to follow up the classic we got from Sasha and Bayley, and they still put on a phenomenal ladder match for sure. That's why that gets the rub. And also, the tag title match between DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Authors of Pain at NXT TakeOver Chicago 1. The culmination, of course, you know, like, you know, an ongoing feud between those two tag teams. You know, DIY getting their one-on-one rematch they've been waiting to get ever since their they dropped the titles. They did have that triple threat that was awesome at TakeOver Orlando, which was my tag team match of the year for 2017. But that ladder match again has told that story, the same story. You know, as I kept praising Authors of Pain, NXT's Authors of Pain, of course, not Raw's, NXT's Authors of Pain for literally again just making their opponents look dominating as well, but making them look like, you know, unstoppable monsters as well. And of course, I felt they had their best chemistry, of course, when working with DIY. And of course, you know, the story being told there, but you know, the true bond between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano as well. And of course, one of my favorite spots I still point out to because I sensed that what happened after the match was going to be coming. But Johnny, you know, taking that bullet for Ciampa, I pushed him out of the way and taking that ladder shot to the face. But again, that ladder match was awesome. And of course, you know, what happened afterwards, the long awaited turn that we had been expecting from Tommaso Ciampa. And of course, he went away because of his injury, and they promised when he come back, he would be the most dangerous SOB that ever exists. And that is the truth. The truth has set me free. And it sure as hell did. But I had to throw in those 2 honorable mentions. But my number 1, it's got to be both of them. I mean, I don't know which one I prefer over the others. They have said sometimes I prefer the WrestleMania 17 match over the SummerSlam 2000 match. I know Jay preferred the SummerSlam 2000 match. But I think the reason why I prefer the WrestleMania 17 match is because of one specific spot. But my number 1, no doubt about it, has to be both of the TLC matches between the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys. WrestleMania 17 and SummerSlam 2000. 3 teams. 3D, of course. The 3 teams, though, that defined Extreme big time. And as I've always said, when you have a no DQ match, it's not just about, okay, you know, I can punch you in the balls and win that way. No. Like, you take full advantage of those rules. And even if it's not like, you know, using all these ladders, like literally just like, you know, just taking advantage of those rules to literally just beat the hell out of each other, but still make each other look strong at the end. Just like Brock Lesnar and CM Punk did at SummerSlam 2013. But with tables, ladders, and chairs matches, like, okay, here's a table, go through it. Here's a ladder, climb it, run into it. No. Take a chair, get hit with it. No. It's literally these guys did some of the craziest spots involving all 3 of those weapons. The 3 people that just defined, you know, what TLC is all about. And I think, again, the reason why I prefer the WrestleMania 17 match over the SummerSlam 2000 match still, though, is because that one of my favorite spots, extreme spots I've ever seen, Edge spearing Jeff Hardy in air, like off the ladder, while Hardy was hanging onto those titles, and they came tumbling down. Definitely also, I didn't mention it too, an honorable mention for one of the greatest matches of all time for sure. But again, these are three teams, Dudley Boys with them in the tables. The Hardys, Extreme Altogether. Of course, as they even mentioned when they came out of WrestleMania 17, the announcers said that they did help innovate the ladder match. I'd say they're more so ladders. Edge and Christian, I can't say they're more so the chairs, but all three of them, all three teams just knew how it takes just to tell us a great story and make the art of tag team wrestling look phenomenal through those three weapons: tables, ladders, and chairs. They knew how to get it done, and they knew how to make it fun, and just throwing their bodies on the line, doing all the most craziest stunts to pretty much grab our attention once again, especially that spear off the ladder while Hardy was hanging onto those titles. But that is why both of those matches are my number one. But again, I still, because of that one spot, I prefer the WrestleMania 17 match just a little bit more than the SummerSlam match. But, Jay, you have one better, whatever your opinion is, guys. It's still awesome to me. So, of course, we'll go through the live chat again. I think if any more honorable mentions, I will mention them. But first, let's go over the list one more time. Again, my top 10 matches involving tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. So, we've got Kalisto and Baron Corbin in a chairs match at TLC 2016, number 10. Number 9 is John Cena and Seth Rollins. The tables match at TLC 2014. Number 8 was Ziggler and Harper in the IC title ladder match at TLC 2014. Number 7 was The Rock and Triple H in the IC title ladder match at SummerSlam 1998. Number 6 was Ryback and Team Hell No versus The Shield at TLC 2012 TLC match. Number 5 was Chris Jericho and HBK in the World Championship match. Ladder match at No Mercy 2008. Number 4 is AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose in the WWE Championship TLC match at TLC 2016. Number 3 was Hardy and Punk at SummerSlam 2009 TLC. Number 2, HBK and Razor Ramon in the IC title ladder match at WrestleMania 10. And number 1 was both matches featuring the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardy Boys in the triple threat matches at WrestleMania 17 and SummerSlam 2000 TLC. And that, guys, is my top 10 list for this week. I don't know how much I'll throw in there also from TLC 2016, Miz and Ziggler in the ladder match. That was a good match. Remember, I expected a little bit better from the match, but that was still an awesome ladder match as well. Had to throw that one out there. But let's check. Let's see what we will be doing. Let's see what we got here in the live chat. I think we were right here. Money in the Bank in 2010 at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That's where Kane won Money in the Bank. And who won Raw's Money in the Bank that year? I'm trying to remember. Oh, The Miz, yeah. I didn't watch that whole show. She's an Orton mark, but I also love Cena, Edge, Punk, Hardy, Triple H, HBK, Styles, and Bryan. We all know. And Kane, Taker also, and Jericho. Worst Money in the Bank and best Money in the Bank winners. We talked about that earlier this year when I ranked all the Money in the Bank cash-ins. Yeah, for sure, we did that. I think your top is Edge and Christian versus Hardy Mania 17. Jeff versus Punk at SummerSlam 2009 was the best match of the night, and Taker returning. Oh, I forgot to mention that because Taker returned after the match. That's her second. Money in the Bank at Mania 24 is good as well. Edge and Hardy Extreme Rules was her third. Is that when Punk turned heel when he cashed in on Hardy? He didn't turn heel right away. I think they had their match. I think it was the Bash, and then after the Bash, I think it was when he turned heel before their Night of Champions match. Because Night of Champions then took place before SummerSlam, I believe, in 2009. I don't think Ronda or Nia Jax should be in a TLC match. Dear Lord, no. Nia and Alexa should not even had that Extreme Rules match. Don't even think about putting Ronda and Nia in a TLC match. Dear Lord, no. Why is it that whenever someone cashes in, they turn heel? Seems stupid, to be honest, LOL, but it's an opportunity contract. Exactly. The dumbest Money in the Bank moment ever was when Cena was announced to cash in at Raw 1000. Why would WWE do that? Sorry to say hello, but that was stupid. But yeah, once again, that's just typical Cena move. I'll give you 1 week to prepare yourself, and I will cash in. just cash in the contract? You had the opportunity. Don't you want to be champion? Who knows? Greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins ever. We talked about that one already. Why would the WWE even make Nia versus Ronda? Wait, they didn't make it a TLC match. No, they did not. Please don't tell me it did. No, it's just a regular one-on-one match because we're having Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka in a TLC match. They didn't make Ronda and Nia in a TLC match. Did you hear that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are teasing going to WWE, which again is a bad idea, which I agree for sure. Natty and Beth versus Lake Cole in a tables match at TLC 2010. I do not remember that, but it doesn't sound like it was that good. Kenny said he never wants to go to WWE, which I do agree with. I did a few honorable mentions for number one. Dudley's were great at TLC matches as well, definitely. We got someone named A. Can you roll your eyes back and make them fully white like the Undertaker? I'll pass. That stuff actually really grosses me out, but I'll pass. But thank you though for the offer. Let's see here. What about Asuka versus Nikki Cross? Even though it was a last woman standing match, there was still a table and ladder involved. I mean, it wasn't a tables, ladder, and chairs match, but that last woman standing match again was definitely, in my opinion, the second best women's match of 2017. My first was still Asuka and Ember Moon at Takeover Brooklyn 3, but that's definitely a good honorable mention as well. Even though it was the tables, ladder, and chairs match. Sorry, but bus vote stuck. I'm sorry. Sorry, but bus vote stuck. I don't know what you meant by that, Lauren. Owens and Finn in NXT was awesome. Top 10 steel cage and Hell in a Cell matches. I've done Hell in a Cell matches. I don't think I've done steel cage matches. I should try that. I might try that one sometime. Great stream. Gonna go get some rest, or I'll post my predictions. I'll see you Sunday for your TLC predictions. Well, review probably. Thank you. Stream night pretty much. Will you be doing a TLC reaction and review? Well, I'll be doing a review. Not sure about reactions because I have a Christmas party to go to on Sunday, which the pay-per-view started at 8. I would be watching it from the beginning, but I may miss the first hour or so because of the Christmas party. So, but I will watch it live when I get home, like from the beginning. But I will do a review afterwards. So I may not be able to start watching right away, but I will be watching it this Sunday. I agree with the match at 17 being better. Is that where Edge Spear Hardy made error? For sure. Top 10 stipulation matches like Last Man Standing, Extreme Rules, and Falls Count Anywhere. Oh, I have that one down as well. My suggestions as well. That will happen sometime, guys, for sure. No worries, but it will happen. Mark is checking out also. Guys, I'm going to check out as well. Guys, thank you again, of course, for joining in for this special live stream. Again, I will do one also this coming Saturday to continue doing my best of the best. Again, not sure what I'll do. Again, maybe I'll do storylines this Saturday. Best and worst storylines this coming Saturday. To get on my best of the best streams. Again, tomorrow, I mean, I have a video game let's play to upload tonight. I may try to do another one tonight. I'm not sure yet. It's already kind of late, and I don't want to wake up my sister, who I'm sure is getting ready to go to bed soon. But I suspect that it's one of those tomorrow, and then Saturday that stream, Sunday TLC, and next week the usual spew. We're trying to get some match card predictions in. I want to do some for NXT Takeover UK Blackpool. I'll do one for NXT Takeover Phoenix. My Royal Rumble predicted match cards will be coming soon as well as we get ready for the holidays. It's the holiday season. The holiday season. Sorry, just getting piped up. But yeah, thank you guys again to Mark, Jay, and Lauren for joining me live in this special stream. My top 10 matches involving tables, ladders, and chairs. So feel free to leave your favorites from these matches down in the comment section below. As always, can I share as also always click my like and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. And guys, I will see you again, if not in any of my video game Let's Plays. I'll see you Saturday night for my next best of the best top 10s of 2018. So until then, guys, I'll see you all then. Peace out, everyone. Have a great night. See you all later.